Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Runners Club Podcast. It is your co-host, Ian Gonzalez.
And Courtney Phillips.
Hey, we in here today. We feeling beautiful. We in here a little bit earlier on a Monday than we normally are. You know what I'm saying? The sun is shining, which feels good because recording after dark sucks. I'd be so tired. I don't even want to.
Right. I feel like I'm always like, what happened exactly? I don't remember exactly what happened during the week. I have nothing to recall. It's all a blur.
Monday, it's over. It ended. When the sun went down. But this is that one. We are in the thick of winter. You know what I'm saying? It is here. You know,
it's technically still fall, and I say this to you, Ian, because my birthday is December 14th. You know, it's just a couple weeks away. But I say that because technically it's not winter until the week after my birthday. So technically, I'm a fall baby.
Oh my God!
I have to just say that real quick.
Okay, all right. I guess 30-degree weather is the new norm for fall. I guess. No sweaters, all coats.
I mean, depends on where you are. So yeah, I'm just holding that true. Also, Sag season is in full effect. You know, shout out to my December Sages. You know, I saw a meme the other day that talked about, who can even really handle a Sag? And I was like, okay, y'all. I mean, I get it, like who can handle this, but at the same time, like, why do y'all always have to do this like this? Like, I feel like Sagittarius get left out and forgotten about because it's this holiday season. Everybody's focused on their family. I understand, great.
But I mean, it's Christmas. That's what your anxiety is.
Yeah, okay. See, this is proving my point because y'all really be hating on Sagittarius.
My mom, like I told you, my mom is Sagittarius.
I understand that.
It's a lot.
I understand. Yeah, and every time you be saying that, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to handle.
It's a lot. Nah, my favorite IG page, Justin. Was it Justin La Boy or Justin LA Boy or whatever his name is? He's been going ham on Sagittarius lately. I'm
gonna need you to share that profile with me because, like, I need some like ham in a bad way or ham in a good way.
It depends on where you sit. That shit been funny as hell.
Wow. Okay.
Niggas saying Sagittarius cheat if you breathing. Nah, he didn't say none of that right there.
No comment. So, I mean, let's get into it. This is a running podcast, but it is about our lives. And I love these episodes because it's just you and I can really get into, I can really just honestly use it as a time to reflect about my own week, weeks past.
I love it. And for those who don't know, we're currently at home. So you're going to hear home sounds.
In the comfort of our home.
Yes. We have fallen in love with Zoom recordings.
And you're going to have to deal with it.
It's feeling amazing. But tell me about your weeks. What's been going on? How you been feeling?
Yeah, well, okay. So I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna take it back a couple weeks. Gumbo Fit, we ended the Chicago Marathon happened. It was amazing. We met a couple times and then we decided to take a break. We did this last year too, because it's also kind of a good way to, like, I see it as like a little opportunity to quarantine folks, because people are around their family and everything like that. And it's just like, do what you need to do for the holiday season. Meet with the people that you want to meet, continue to run with the groups that you want to run with. But I just be like, look, I be moving around too much. So, I want to just, so that, and then also, the captains are taking a break. And we went on a retreat, a Gumbo Fit retreat with the intention of just like, for once having some time where there was nothing scheduled, no expectations on things to do. Just waking up and saying, hey, what do y'all want to do? What are you feeling? Are you tired? Do you want to sleep? Do you want to sit in the sun? Do you want to watch the sunrise or sunset? Like, it's up to you. Do you want to eat?
Y'all was getting up for the sunrise?
No, I'm just saying if they wanted to, they could. I was sleeping. I slept in. I enjoyed myself. We got a lot closer. It was the first time that we've really been around each other without having to like be in passing, even though we have meetings all the time. It was the first time where it was like you could really see people in their natural state, which is unique because we don't really see people like that anymore, especially with like social distancing and not being able to be, close to people other than like your immediate family.
That's real.
People. Like it's like, it's like, yeah. So it was very interesting. And I said at the end of it that I now like have a deeper appreciation for every individual captain / coach. We're captain coaches. We've been talking about this. I have an individual appreciation for everyone on the leadership team because I better, I guess, understand why they are the way that they are.
That's real.
That's
cool. So, oh my God, it's a team building retreat.
Literally, that's what it was.
That's legit. What it was.
Yeah. And also it's like, how can we travel and do other things? And if we can't, like, it was also an opportunity for us to actually see how we travel together. Right? Yeah, okay. So what are you eating?
Oatmeal.
Yeah, I was about to say that oatmeal. I had some this morning. When I tell you I ate oatmeal faithfully on my entire trip, and niggas was looking at me like, "Oh, you really eat oatmeal?" I'm like, I go in on oatmeal.
Oatmeal is where it's at. And then this one, like I smelled it. I smelled it when it was happening. Like it had been cooking for a minute, and then as soon as I knew it was ready, it was like you remember them old White Castle commercials where like the smell used to like move through the commercial and get to like people's noses and bring them to white. That's how this oatmeal felt.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the fact that you said that it had been cooking for a minute says a lot too. You could tell.
Yeah,
that means
this ain't
flavors.
Ain't nobody shake no packets. This out of a box. This joint got real fruit in it. I think it's bananas.
Yeah. For all y'all eating oatmeal, if you're not eating old fashioned oats, or if you want to take it to another level, steel cut oats. You know what I mean? You're wasting your time.
Steel cut oats, man.
You have to cook them longer. You have to it's a whole thing.
First, I guess these are steel cut oats. Okay, I guess it depends on how it's cooked.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you know how to cook.
I just got a smooth arrow.
Wow. Yeah. Honestly, you could probably, yeah. Interesting. Sometimes I do overnight oats. I said, sometimes I do overnight oats.
Oh, my bad. We are recording. I'm like in this bowl.
My nigga, you are head first into that bowl of oatmeal.
Yeah, listen. I just be talking to my friend, man. I be getting some time to be on this is content that we creating.
This is why we need to meet in person. People are going to get tired of us because we're acting like we're just on a regular ass Zoom call. Matter of fact, FaceTime.
It's like, what's this?
Right.
But yes.
I just
overnight oats. I be forgetting.
It's great. So during my training, I would do overnight oats, and I would put like chia seeds in there because I've also heard that chia seeds are better for you when they're eaten, when they have expanded and became gelatinous. Like when you eat, you get the actual nutrients from them versus when you just eat them dry. That's what I've heard. Y'all can fact check me on that. So I add them to my overnight oats so that they can get like that. And I put some flaxseed on there. You know what I'm saying? All the things. So I was eating oatmeal faithfully on my trip. We went, I was going back to my update. We went to LA, we ran a 5K. Everybody else was eating good. I mean, I think there was times where like towards the end of the trip, when it was just like me, Mike, and Picasso, we was just doing whatever. I don't know. So we were also in a different vibe then too. So So but LA 5K was great. Actually, the 5K was really good. Then Mike ran the marathon. He killed that shit, and he just surprises me every time. And I don't know why I say surprise because he, like you say, he has legs for days.
He does.
He has legs for days. And when we say legs for days, we're not talking about we're not talking about the look of them. We're talking about the.
Nah, them nigga got some nice legs.
Yeah.
Both got some nice legs, bro.
That part is just a bonus. But what we're talking about is endurance, folks. Okay, this man can run.
Yes, and like effortlessly, really, completely effortless.
Yeah, he's got I call it the Michael Brown bounce.
The Michael Brown bounce.
Yeah,
that is hilarious because it's true. Mike is one of the few people that I know. Whether he running towards me or I'm running up on him from a distance, my eyes ain't that good, but I know it's Mike.
You got to. That's when you really know you're in the running world, when you start recognizing people from their cadence.
Yep.
So, yeah. And I'll say from that experience, that was really great. And then also for the 5K, I actually ended up injuring myself a little bit because I like overextended my knee. And I was moving a lot faster than I probably should have been running, just because you can't mix speed. It's not advised to mix speed with like ultra marathon training.
Okay.
And so I did the 5K and was like, I'm gonna take it easy, it'll be fun, whatever.
And then somebody said, go. You was like, say
left. Right. Say fucking left. And I'm with my team. Like, are you joking? So like I had to go. And so, but the hills were insane. I would suggest anybody run that 5K because it's rolling hills. You go through a park. You are running on the streets of LA and it's over very quickly, but it's like worth it. I honestly would do the 5K again. Obviously I would want to do the marathon too, but like the 5K was lit. It was very lit.
It looked beautiful. The pictures look amazing. The scenery, the palm trees, she was stunning.
Absolutely. It was like, and it was the first time like Picasso had never been to LA before. I don't know who else, but it was like, it was a lot of firsts. It was a lot of good experiences. And then from there, we rented this big ass van.
Okay.
Electric doors, all the things. It felt like a boat when you drove it. And we drove that to Joshua Tree. And we spent some time out there and went hiking. And I was determined to get the hot tub to work. And so when I did get it to work, I was in that bitch for like 4 hours. I mean, on and off. Don't come for me and say being in the hot tub that long is so bad. I know, but I was chilling.
You?
Right. I'm sorry. I was relaxed. So I was in there. Right. I was fine.
I was the most relaxed room you will ever see.
Right. Don't come for my life. Okay. I did get out. There was also a pool that was freezing cold because right now it is pretty cold in the desert, like especially at night. As soon as the sun goes down, it's a wrap. You need to find a fire. You need to be in a hot tub. You're not going to want to be outside. But so I would like jump into the pool, which was like frigid. It wasn't just like cold. It was like an ice bath. So I would just kind of, it was good. And then we went to a festival, me, Mike, and Picasso.
That sounds amazing. Sounds so much fun.
Great.
Sounds so much fun. Which reminds me, I had a package delivered to you. I just need to know if you still got it.
Oh, definitely not.
Oh my God. I knew it.
I don't understand why he's hitting me up because he already knows the situation. I got you. But like, I was like, hey, no,
we need
no take backs.
No take backs. Dibs, nigga. We gotta, we might have to have a 1 episode Patreon.
Yeah, the experiences were amazing.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
But I'll say that, and I know my update's super long, but I have more to say because I actually decided to not run my 50K this week because because I actually really did hurt myself in LA. So after I ran the 5K, I tried it was my peak week when we were going on this trip actually. And so like I had to find gyms. I had to make sure I was getting my workouts in. So after the 5K, I ran an additional 4 miles with Picasso, like up La Brea Avenue, and I was fine. And then the next day I went to the gym and I got on the treadmill, was doing some incline work. And all of a sudden I felt this like really weird sensation in my knee, like wrapping around the outside of it. And to the point where I like had to stop running. And so I like stopped, got off the treadmill, did some like stretches, and then got back on the treadmill, ran another mile and a half, whatever. But I had to cut the workout short, which I never do. Like I can handle pain. I can handle, even especially with running, like if something hurts, eventually sometimes you just run it out. Like, like you loosen it up and then you're fine. That's kind of been my situation with my shins sometimes too, which have been okay recently. But I had to stop and I went home. I finished the other part of my workout, went back, and then we got to Joshua Tree. Same thing happened when I went to the gym. And so then I just ended up taking a break for a few days, ran again in Las Vegas with P and Mike. And I was able to do about 3 miles. But at the end of that, my knee started to hurt again. Yep. And basically, I've been taking time off, but then it's just like such a short time frame. I trained up to 30 miles.
Yeah.
So I had finished the training. I just was doing an extra week just because, Robin, she'd be really wanted to make sure you can get to that. Yeah. She's doing her job and I like appreciate that. But I had gotten to the point where I was able to taper at any point really. Okay. And so whatever, but and I'm saying all this because like, then I just got to a place where I went on that 7 mile run with P and Mike out on the trail. I don't know if you saw that, but it was like when your group was running, we were out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I ran it knowing that my knee still hurt. And I was like, it was kind of tender, but I was just trying to see like, okay, if I can run through the pain. Cause like, honestly, if it wasn't that bad, I would still show up for the race and just like do the 30 miles, 33 miles and just be like done with it, or 31 miles, whatever. But like I got through that run and then the next day I couldn't walk really. I couldn't go up and down stairs.
Damn.
Yeah.
So how long do you think you're going to be out?
I'm planning to like actually rest for the rest of the year and then just go to the gym, work on strength training. I got an LA Fitness membership, so
I seen your full mirror pics. I'm like,
I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you to pop into my DMs. Like, you're not gonna tell me you got a membership?
No, I saw you ain't saying nothing. It's okay.
I was being petty. So that's gonna, and I feel fine. I'm honestly in really good shape right now, right? So it's like I have a really good base. It's just, and what I did is I went to Dr. Ryan, shout out to Optimal Performance. They're in the same building as Edge. For those who don't know. Sorry, I had to cough real quick. But went there, saw Dr. Ryan, and I had told him I had some tightness in my hip before, but it wasn't that bad. But basically what happened is like the tightness in my hip basically started pulling on whatever connects to my knee, which we've already talked about plenty. And then now I have this situation where I have like these two things that are kind of like fusing together because they're pulling in opposite directions. Okay. So I need to just like massage that area out, get that shit to separate, obviously work on hip strength, which we've talked about a lot. That's going to be my focus for the next, 5 weeks plus. I'm going to be focusing on hip strength for the rest of my life. I've learned my lesson.
It's super important as far as knee health. And like I told you, and it's worth reiterating right here on Wax for anybody listening. Like I was talking to coach, not coach, but nobody want to be called like these titles like Kayla, she's like health and wellness coach. It's like a whole ass sentence for a title. But it's like I was talking to her and she was just just talking about, women's hips, being kind of like lack of a better term, a weak point for female runners, because it's like, y'all got to really strengthen those hips. And I was like, it was baffling to me because I felt like, women hips, like that shit kind of go together. Y'all be like carrying babies. Don't you got to have strong hips for that. That's what I thought at least. Come to find out, I was ignorant to it. But just focusing on strengthening that hip to protect your knee, because like you said, it's a straight line from point A to point B, and anybody listening to it, even men, leg day is real. If you running and you lifting, like spend some time on your legs, do them raises, do them circle joints, all of that, so you can keep going and keep running and not be out here sounding like every other person I listen to. Oh, I got bad knees. What was you doing? Was you a carpenter? I used to play volleyball and I would jump a lot. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly. And like our conversation that we've been having, like that's literally been my issue. And I've always felt like I've always known that my hips weren't as strong as they could be. So I'm like, what?
Wait. That volleyball wasn't a shot at Kayla. I forgot Kayla was a volleyball player. Wasn't a shot at you, man. she got old lady knees too.
Nah, I play volleyball too. That's why when I like bend down, they both crack. And everybody's like, "Ooh, did that hurt?" I'm like, "No, actually, it didn't. It's just my knees." So, so I mean, I'm using it as an opportunity to learn. Obviously, I think, and I really am coming out of it just like knowing that I've learned so much about running on trail. I've learned more about myself as a runner, just like running by myself, training for something by myself. This was the first time that I've like trained for a long distance race by myself, and then being out in the middle of the forest preserve by myself, like all of that gave me a lot of time to reflect and like just kind of figure out what I want to do within running. And I think ultimately I signed up for something because I also wanted to put purpose to my runs.
Yeah.
And that is what I did. And I also wanted to get fit again, right? I wanted to get to a place of fitness that I really wanted to be in and kind of supersede what I had gotten to in the previous marathon that we trained for together. Like I was like, let's push this a little bit further. And even now I'm like, I'm in great shape. My legs have never looked the way that they look now, which I'm like, wow. Like, I mean, and it's not all about superficial stuff, y'all. I understand. But when you're running, you also, you know what I mean? You can't, don't lie to yourself. I'm being honest. You know what I mean? I like the way my body looks and I put in work.
One of my favorite sounds for reels is this one where it's like a dude sound like he lifting weights. It's like, why do you work out? I work out to look good while I'm having sex. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I laugh because also your algorithm and my algorithm completely different. Things that you see. The things you see on your Instagram are not what I see.
No, listen. Let me tell you. So the new update on iPhones, you can share your screen, right? So me and my friend, we that's our favorite pastime is sharing reels with each other, right?
Oh my God.
And so now you can supercate because like now you can go ahead and share the screen. So I shared my screen one time and I'm like, scrolling up Instagram on the reels and everything. And I had to realize my algorithm ain't built for this.
No.
My algorithm ain't built for this. I instantly was like, after like 6, 7 reels, I was like, it's your turn. Let's see what you look like.
No.
Ooh, it is. Yeah, it's one. But I guess that's what I'll be looking at. Like, I don't know. I don't be looking for stuff to be finding me and I be interacting with it. That's how I feel.
And then they go, oh, okay, so more of this? Great.
Right. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just kind of, I feel like as far as running goes, I'm in a good place, even though I'm not running my race.
I love it. It was the reason I asked you how you was feeling was because I know I'm going to spectate a race at the end of January.
Yeah, I don't want to do that yet. I'm looking at my race schedule. I'm going to send an email and see if I can defer my entry to next year. Because also Mike is not running it because I'm not running it because we wanted to do it together, which is like, you know what I mean? That really speaks to the community, that really just like, I fucking love Mike and you and everybody else. Like, it's just all love. He's like, oh, I'm not doing it. I'm like, okay.
He's like, fine with me.
So
Mike read it. Shit.
So I think I'm just trying to think too, because I'm looking at, a race schedule for 2022. And I'm like, even though I just said it's not advised to work on speed and ultras at the same time, I'm not doing it at the same time, but I'm working on scheduling my year around doing speed and then doing an ultra or a marathon, and just kind of like working on both. Because Dr. Ryan was talking about, he's like, people who do ultras, the body of an ultra marathon versus the body of someone who like is a sprinter is like, the sprinter is jacked and like, looks super like young or whatever. And then he's saying that when he sees ultra marathons, they're like curled over and they look like they've expended so much energy and they just look worn out. And I'm like, I need the body of a sprinter with the endurance of an ultra marathoner. Okay. Cause I'm not playing games. I'm not trying to be, I don't feel like I need to be like this. I need to be,
you don't want to be pulled up.
Exactly. So that's what I'm going to just.
And hit weights.
What'd you say?
Eat food and lift weights.
Yeah. And yeah. I feel like, and we can do, and I think our generation of runners are evolving the concepts and moving forward a lot of the concepts that people once held true.
Yeah.
To be more relevant to what we want to do as runners.
Yeah. True that. I'm with that. I love it. I love your update. Is that everything?
No, but you can go.
No, keep going. What else we got? I love hearing about Courtney. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what's going on in your world.
It's all I got for right now. I might spit some other things out later.
I love it. So I was supposed to, did I mention this on the episode yet? I don't know. We recorded like 3 times. I haven't dropped anything. So, but I was supposed to go to the trip with y'all, and I ended up not going because somebody attempted to break into my store. So they threw a big ass rock through it. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't take anything, but they ended up not taking anything. I don't know if they actually even stepped a foot into the property or whatnot. But no, that just kind of shook me a little bit. And then, of course, on top of that, I had to spend a little bit of my trip money for some things. So ended up not coming out, not going and whatnot. So I chilled out, had a little staycation here for myself. It was downtown, chilling out at a friend of a friend's condo. So that was pretty cool. Got to see the water when I woke up in the morning and everything, which is honestly one of my lifelong goals, is to live in a condo downtown where I could see the lakefront in the wintertime just frozen over. It looks so freaking beautiful and stuff like that. I used to, in high school, I talked to this little young lady. And she stayed at Hyde Park. She had like this really tall building. And I used to be able to see the lakefront in the wintertime. That shit was fun as hell. But so I would like to experience that lifestyle.
Yeah.
But it was cool. It was nice. It was like 3-4 days, just kind of like chilled out. Went to the Lululemon opening for their Hyde Park store, a Hyde Park location, which is awesome. And they got an all-black staff in there, all-black leadership in there. It's a community store, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Might be a pop-up. I don't know. But I know it's a store. It's in the Hyde Park. It's on 53rd. And they are they doing classes. They doing workout joints. It was really nice. They had a nice show. They had Brittany Carter come spit some bars, which I've loved her for like the last 4 years. She's super amazing, like rapper, like the tone, the cadence, the bars. It's just everything. Like this era of female rap is like crazy. Like I feel like I can listen to women rap, and I've never felt that way. It's awesome. She performed. Another guy performed. He was cool. I don't really remember him too much. But then they had like these dancers, right? They had like this all dressed out in Lululemon wear and stuff like that, and it was like all different shapes, colors, sexuality, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just a little bit of everything. Everybody was getting down, and it was like just super sexy, risque body movement situation. So it was just they like Carla, Liz, all of them, like they know how to put together an event. I took like they had like somebody doing Polaroids. I took like 9 Polaroids. You know what I'm saying? Not of myself, but like with people. You know what I'm saying? I got one of me, and the rest of them.
I was about to say, what? Yeah, so because I'm assuming I can tell, like, if they were gonna do like a collage of all the Polaroids that we're taking, you'd be like, "No, I'm gonna be in this collage. I'm gonna be in this bitch. You gonna see me."
Real talk. But no, we got to take the Polaroids home, so that was super crazy. That was super cool and whatnot. I took it with everybody I want. I took one with almost everybody I want to take one with. It was just one person I missed out on, but it was super nice. It was really relaxing. Is what I needed coming off of that marathon situation and stuff. But between now and then, just been like just working,
Yeah.
just working in the store and um really understand what burning out feels like. I think going into at post marathon, it was like, yeah, I'm tired. I need to recharge. I need just something going on. But now I'm realizing like, nah, like you experience like really true burnout. And so now I'm in the process of really trying to find, just a little catalyst, to get me back inspired, get me back passionate, just refill my cup up. And I thought it would be like, just kind of remove myself from everything for a minute and chilling. But that didn't do the job. So what I decided to do was, because like you said, like having intention behind your running, I realized that I'm more consistent with my running when I have something to run for. And so I signed up for the F3 half marathon.
Okay.
So that's what I'm currently training. I think I started training last week was my first training run.
Lit.
The first run was on a Tuesday, and the niggas was like, so we gonna start with a fartlek, all right? This is what we gonna start with. 10 to 12 reps, 1 minute reps at like 5K pace.
Oh, wow.
Warm up, cool down, all of that. So it's like I ran 5 miles total on my first day of training.
Damn. Ooh, that's gonna be some good training for you.
It's gonna be fun. So I got the training. I got the training through the Strava app. They partnered with Macmillan Coaching, and so you can just put in there, all what you want, what you're gonna do, the little previous race results and everything, and they spit out this training plan for you and everything. So doing that, I also went to Macmillan's site, and on their site they'll give you all of your different paces. So they'll give you your easy pace. They'll give you your speed pace. They'll give you your endurance pace. They'll give so when my plan is telling me this is the type of run you should be doing, I have a number that I can just throw into my Garmin and say and calculate like, yo, I should, instead of me just saying, oh, I need to run slow, I can say to myself, nah, I need to run at between the 9:15 10:45 and the 10:15 pace. You feel me? And it feels super good to have that knowledge and be able to like really go into my training with even more intent and stuff like that. Because even on my speed runs, on the tempo runs, like what my first 2 or 3, I'm like, go fast. All right, boom. I'm hitting like 6:15 for a minute, And when that's overdoing it. My speed run should be at like a 7 something because, I'm not racing right now. It's just training.
Right.
So just having more information to go on my training and whatnot. So I've been enjoying that. That was super cool. But then in that first week, I also experienced my first trail run.
I saw, and I was really interested to hear your thoughts on that. I like didn't want to text you because I wanted to hear here first.
9 miles, Courtney.
That's a little intense. Well, first, I mean, I don't want to dictate where you go with this story, but where were you running?
We ran, I forget the specific Forest Preserve, but it was Palos Heights, Palos Hills.
Was it a 9 mile loop or was it a 7 mile loop? And then
no, it was not. It was a 9 mile loop. Oh, and so me and one other runner ran 9. Everybody else ran like between 13 and 15 miles because I'm out there with a group that's training for a trail 50K in January. And you've been talking about it. I've been hearing you and stuff. I was like, oh, well, I want to try it out. I kind of want to experience it. And what I will say is like them miles are longer than road miles. Okay? It's not the same distance. This shit is not 1,600 meters. It is not the same. You're doing so many things on this run. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then of course, like I didn't go to this run from my house. Like I was not at home the night before. And so the shoes that I had I had on my Alpha Flies.
Yeah.
That's not for, if you do not know, hear it from me. That is not built for the trail. Okay. So I'm out there, I'm doing lateral, movements and stuff like that, because it was like parts of the trail was like where you was running on synced in like this and stuff. So, and you got roots in the middle and stuff like that. So it was like a lot, right? And we wasn't moving slow. Like, I think I might have been doing 9:15, but the group in front of me, they was doing like 8:30s. Jumping. And then so like one person tell me we walk up hills. Them Negroes did not walk up one hill. They ran up every hill.
Yeah.
I'm going out there. I'm thinking, okay, cool. I'm gonna go a little hard. I'm gonna run up the hills because then that'll give me some time to catch up with them. No, they were running up, and it was like hills.
Yeah.
In certain parts, it was crazy. I had to jump over a tree.
Yeah.
I ain't never did that in all my years of running. I ain't never jumped over a tree.
So, I love this. Because now I feel like I can really talk about it with you.
That was a whole experience, like hands down. It was wild. It was wild. I think I wasn't even running like a 9 something. I think I might have been running slower than that and whatnot. I also been really playing around because me and you have talked about this multiple times and then talked about it with the runners who was training for marathon last year. Like most of your run should be at a slower pace, and then the last like 20% or something like that, you pick it up, you elevate that heart rate, but your heart rate should be at a chill for activity, but it should be at your threshold, And so I've been playing around with that a lot. So I got that opportunity to do that here. And the whole time I was like, I'm gonna go out here, catch some content. I've been doing reels and shit lately, so I could not pull out my phone while we was running. I did not feel confident at all to pull out my phone and try to record things while taking steps.
Well, okay. So can I just tell you what my experience is and in comparison? Because I really align with a lot of what you're saying. And I think that's also why I really enjoyed being introduced to trail independent, like kind of by myself. And like the only people when Robin told me about this 50K and said it was on trail, and because I told her I wanted to be in nature, I was interested in trail. She said, okay, well, I'm training for a 50 miler. If you want to join me for my runs, you can, but you need to show up on time and all that. She didn't say all that, but she, that's her expectation. And that's fair. So like I met her for the first time, showed up in my Alpha Flies.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? And because I didn't have any trail shoes.
Right.
I mean, pegs would have been better, but I also was just like, whatever, you know?
Right.
And so I showed it, and then it was her, and then she was training with, I think her Jen, this runner that runs with Edge. And they were, you know, we would be around like a 9:30, 9:50, taking it real like pretty slow, but like also speeding up at some times. And then we would each at that time, there was also lots of cobwebs on the trail. So then we would take turns being in the front. So the person in the front had to like wave away all the cobwebs.
Yeah, you saw.
Yeah. So it was just like one of those situations. And then but I felt the same thing where I was like, my feet felt different after that run. I remember being like, because the trail will curve up the side. And part of the reason for that is because it's also mountain bikers that go through those trails. So then they're using that as momentum. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, even the way I dress, I had to really kind of figure out. And as it's getting colder, it's a whole different situation. But it's like trail running is not for play. Like, and it's also and that's also why I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to tell everybody that I ran a fucking 11:30 because over the course of 14, 15 miles, because motherfucker, this just hard. And also I do walk. I actually walk up hills. And I want to take my time sometimes. And it's like, you can really hurt yourself out there. So I think there's kind of like I think if for those of you interested in trails, I would say that like, do it with people that you don't feel like you need to like show off for, or like run fast for, or do whatever, because it's like, you can really fuck your shit up if you're not paying attention. And
man, I got some pain in my leg, and my calf on like the back outside of it. It's because and I don't think like I injured myself. I hurt myself. Just you're using your muscles in a completely different way. There were natural steps at certain parts because the way the roots grow up the hill and stuff like that. So it wasn't even always like a smooth path up the hill. Like I have to step up steps, step over roots and stuff like that. And it was crazy. It was beautiful. I enjoyed it. It was like 20 degrees outside, and I warmed up so quick because the first 3 miles, it took the most amount of concentration, just paying attention to. I was literally running with my head like almost down. Almost.
Well, but when I ran with P and Mike, there like I noticed too, because obviously because of fall, the leaves were starting to fall a little bit more. And like earlier in my training, I could see the path very clearly. But then like when I ran with them, like Picasso tripped a couple times because you can't even see the trail right now.
Yeah. We experienced that. I think somebody fell and stuff, but it was one of the people in the front. But let me tell you though. So like there was like some crushed limestone like towards the end. Maybe the last mile and a half was cool and stuff like that. I was able to pick it up a little bit. You know, got to the front of the pack. I was up there with Rosalie running a smooth little 8-minute pace, you know, doing my thing, feeling real good. And I was also coming off of being sick, had like a little cold or whatnot. So that was just a whole ass experience. I plan on doing it again. I think they plan on doing it like every Friday or Saturday. I can't remember what day, but while they training, I'm gonna go out there and do it more because it was a really, really, really nice workout for my legs, my calves, my butt, my thighs. Felt it all like the next 2 days, and it was decent. I think because sometimes we'd have to cross the street or we have to like go around the corner for a different part of the path and stuff like that. So there was like maybe out of the 9 miles that I ran, a minute and a half worth of pavement that I experienced. And but it was trail running is super dope. I mean, if you got a car, you can carpool with somebody, go out here to the burbs, find these forest preserves, do some trail running. It is an entire experience. And right now there's no bugs because it's cold. So before it starts snowing, get out there. I know some people I know, they do trails even when it's snowing outside. Yeah. So, you know, I plan on continuing to do it. I don't know if I'm going to continue to do it while I'm training too much while I'm training for this half, but I probably will.
I think I'm going to try to get out to trails when I like give myself some good time to actually recover and build more strength in my hips. I'm going to want to get out there during the winter. I think January, February is going to be beautiful. Hopefully it doesn't snow as much as it did last year though.
Yeah.
Because it can get pretty crazy out there.
Yeah. That's what I'm curious. I'm probably going to do like at least one snow trail run just to see what it's like.
Yeah.
And stuff, because I don't understand why.
Did you run the polar pug?
Mm-mm.
That was my first introduction to trail for real, if you want to get technical, and it was in the snow.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. The snow was coming up to my calves.
Yeah.
It was
for life.
For life. When you talk about miles taking forever, I was like, the fuck? Wow. I had 2 hats on, several layers. I didn't know how to dress right at all. My socks was getting wet. I was not prepared.
you was overheating and freezing at the same time.
Exactly. It was really bad.
2 hats. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was really dumb.
No,
Yeah.
but it was cool. It was cool. And then one of the beautiful things that's came out of this little period between now and the marathon is that I was awarded a scholarship to go down to the running event in Austin. And so it's a conference where all the running store owners in the country come together, meet with all the accounts, all the different brands in the running industry. They have workshops. I think they have like a 5K that they do. Mingle and, speak to each other, swap ideas, talk about what's the focus for the next year. I think at the end, the last dinner of the on day 3 is like giving an award to the best running store in the country and stuff like that. And I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to give me what I need to really come back and really feel like, just ready to just, really get back into it. But they have a scholarship for first-time attendees. So my ticket, my interest into the event was paid for, and that was like $450.
Hey.
They covered my room at the Hilton for like 3 nights.
Period.
Niggas
getting flued out.
I had to go. It was like, nigga, we got you when you're down here, but you got to get it. So, luckily I had because I didn't come with y'all, I had some flight credit already. So I just used that up. And then my mentor, Chris, at Naperville Running, he had flight credit that he needed to use up. So he bought my ticket the way out there. I'm buying my ticket the way back. So I've just been blessed. Just blessed with the whole trip. Like, matter of fact, it's Tuesday through Thursday. And I'm going down there Monday night and I'm sleeping in a stranger's room. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the love is awesome. I heard Brooks be throwing a little lit party, so I'm gonna go down there and party with them. And just I got a couple people that I want to meet. Hopefully I come back with some new accounts, some new merchandise and stuff like that for the store, especially for these nighttime winter runners and stuff like that, which I really want to cater to. But it's 5 days in Austin, Texas. I'm gonna go re-up on my little tan. You feel me? Come back and glow a little bit for Christmas, real quick. Then we're like, why you outside? I gotta go back to Chicago. Gotta go back ready. Gotta go back sun-kissed.
Yeah, that's how you gotta re-up on that tan. Every couple weeks. Do what you gotta do. Yes, that's amazing. I feel like, I don't know, and this is me thinking out loud, but it'd be cool to I want to get, like, obviously you're going to talk about it on the episode of the podcast, but it'd be dope for you to like get some cool moments or just like reflections. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it would be dope if you could do even like, eventually I would love to get to a place where we could like be like, and now the Runners podcast is here because we're like, you know what I mean? Like, like this is what's happening. I feel like it'd be dope to actually be people interviewing and like experiencing these things live for our listeners.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope. Oh man, I don't know. Maybe some things will pop up on the Runners Love podcast story.
Yeah, but someone's listening.
You know.
Somebody, yeah. Yeah. Well, I also say too that when you said burnout, I think I like, because I hit burnout, I think much earlier than you hit burnout this season. And so when I hit my burnout, I was looking at you like, nigga, you about to burn out. Like, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. And I like, but you know, you can only say so much. But I feel like I was like, friend, you know, you can rest. You know, nothing. You could just do nothing. But it's a lot. Like we were trying to do the most every season.
You can't. But realistically, like what I had to realize, like I can't rest. You have you. It's like this balancing trick that you got to figure it out because it was like I took those couple days off for myself, but then in the last couple weeks, like yo, I'm gonna be honest, right here, like you know, nigga been showing up to the store a little late. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, I be there and I start doing stuff, and it just take longer to get it done and things like that. And it's not a place that you want to stay too long.
Yeah.
And so just recognizing and being intentional about finding ways that's going to stimulate me and motivate me and pull me out of that is real because I can't stop. I got a new business. I don't have employees. You know what I'm saying? Got 7 on Sundays. We planning Feed the Homies 5K. You know, shouts out to the team of people that we building, you know what I'm saying, to help me and Aaron really delegate tasks and do things that me and him are not necessarily like proficient at. But you know, we got that, you know, pulling in resources and stuff like that, pulling in because we trying to feed 100 people that in need of food, you know, of a hot meal or something like that. And so, you know, that's a whole task. That's the whole thing. And then on top of that, we got a race. You know, that's that we doing a 5K. And then after the 5K, we serving food. So that's a whole thing. And like I said, I got the store, which is a slow time in the month. So I have to get people to want to come in. I'm also, you know, fighting with, you know, Nike about allowing me to sell my products online. Cause I'm like, y'all shit sitting in the store because niggas want to shop from home. Like, they not really pulling up to come into the store. They pulling up on the site. This traffic to the site is crazy. I need to be able to sell Nike products. They need to be able to add Nike products to their cart. So that's a whole Oprah story right there. And then, you know, yeah, I can't afford to stop. I can slow down a little bit, but I can't afford to stop. So just trying to find my active recovery pace.
Facts. I love that. I actually really love that. I'm gonna start using that. I honestly I feel the same way because it's like even during our time, like our leadership retreat, it was as much as it was productive for me, it was productive rest. Because I personally needed to see everybody in their natural state so that I could really see and hear from them what they really wanted. And then from conversations that I was having, because people were in a more comfortable state, I was able to be like, okay, now I see where your motivations are. I see what your goals are. And I understand why. So like, I'm all, like, to your point, like I look like I'm relaxed, but I'm always working. And like and so it's like, because we are where we are in our entrepreneurial journey, it's like, that is the sign of like a true leader. And you know what I mean? I'm just saying, because it's like, you got to do what you got to do.
Hell yeah,
So,
2000%.
Yeah.
So I'm going down here to turn this motherfucking charm on at the TRE and whatnot. I'm loving it. I'm excited. I'm excited. And 7 on Sundays is not taking no breaks through the winter or nothing like that. So we showing up every Sunday. The Blue Bridge is done with because, of course, it's going to start snowing and it's going to get icy and dangerous. So we're not doing Blue Bridge anymore. Well, until the springtime comes back around.
Right.
And so it's just our 7 miles right now on Sundays. We probably have another day during the week that we're trying to plan out, but we are running. A few of our runners qualified for Boston, so they running Boston in January. I think a few of us is going out there to like cheer them on and whatnot. So that's gonna be a whole thing. But I don't know. I mean, that's my whole update. You know, I got other updates, but we need a Patreon for them updates.
Yeah, I think Patreon would actually. I feel like eventually we could really get into it. I actually really want to start talking about like the way weed and running mix. You know, and I would love to hear from our listeners. Like, if you listen to this episode and you're just like, "Ooh, I'd love to hear more," you know, send me a DM.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, we're still figuring a lot of things out. We're still very new, but I feel like eventually we'll have an opportunity, like on our social media page, to like gather thoughts. But we also have our email list, though, not list, but write in.
Yeah, I'm mad. I left my honey on my bed.
Oh.
I meant to bring that with me so I could take before I hopped on this flight.
You know, yeah.
But it's gonna be a fun trip because honestly, like, I mean, we can talk about it. We can need to find an expert to sit down and talk to us about it and stuff. But I know, man, my edibles be helping me recover.
Hitting.
Yeah, they help me recover. They take out all that inflammation. I wake up the next day, I be feeling all good. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like, yeah, we'll have this conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I also want to say too, like, shout out to my family. I'm just gonna take a quick detour because like I got to see my family for Thanksgiving and it just was really special and just reminded me how much just family matters and like how much I'm blessed to have the family that I have. You know? I had a really good Thanksgiving.
Me too. Me too. I wasn't with my family on Thanksgiving.
You was with yours?
No, my family didn't. My family is like kind of all over the place right now. Everybody got working on their houses or they moving, so we didn't get together for Thanksgiving.
But you did something at home?
Nah, I was with my friend's family.
But you ate a Thanksgiving dinner?
I ate good.
Okay.
I ate good.
Okay.
You hear me? I had 2.5 plates and dessert.
Man, I was that one coming. Like I ended up preparing and getting everything ready because like my grandma made ham and a whole like chicken but I had my vegan stuff that Matthew sent me. Like he made me macaroni and cheese ahead of time. He made me some gravy ahead of time, you know. And then and my granddad was like trying to eat early, so I ended up just giving him some vegan macaroni and cheese. And I was like, oh, okay, did you like it? You know, and he was like, yeah, give me another plate. And I was like, okay, you know. So
wait a minute.
I was the one.
Wait a minute.
He like ate it like, wow, this is really great. And I was like, yeah.
Your man made you a pre-Thanksgiving dinner to take with you to your Thanksgiving dinner?
Yes.
Oh my God. That's so fucking cute, man.
Yeah, I like forgot to I like because I mean, you know, so I ended up making the mashed potatoes at my grandma's and like just made it vegan, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was like, yeah. But you know, Matthew, he makes some really good vegan mac. So. And then I also made myself I made a sweet potato pie and took half and left the other half for him. So you know, we worked it out.
Those.
It was good. Yeah. It was good. Also, I was like, I don't know. Health and wellness within the family. Like my grandma and grandpa grew up in Alabama on a farm, and they farmed everything. They only went to the market for sugar and flour.
Yeah.
And so it's like as much as I want to take credit for like how I live my life and how I value being in nature and eating healthy, it's like that shit that's been generational. So, and I'm like, I'm very grateful for that.
That's love.
And I just want to, I just want to be able, I'm like, do I need to start a podcast with my family and interview them? And like, just for my own sake, for my own family. I just like, there's just so much history. It's ridiculous.
That's love. That's love. We're in Alabama.
Marion, Alabama. And so this is the thing is that like, whenever I talk about my family, we joke about the fact that people don't believe a lot of stuff that we say, like as far as stories about the fact that like Mae Jemison the first Black woman in space. She's circled the Earth 5 times. That's my cousin.
Wow.
And then Coretta Scott King grew up 6 miles down the road from my grandma.
Cool.
Martin Luther King's wife,
Coretta.
Coretta.
Okay, cool.
She grew up 5 miles down the road from like our home house where my grandma grew up in. And so
that's close. That's close in the country.
That's close. That's their neighbors.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So like it's when I say there's history, it's just kind of crazy. It's really wild. So, and also like my granddad is 86. My grandma is like 84. And it's like when I say I want to live a long life, I'm not joking. And I genuinely want to live a long life. And it's affirming to see and have family that also live long, you know?
Yeah. That's real. That's real. That's real.
Yeah, I'm about this. I want to run marathons when I'm 80. And I'm very serious about that.
Yeah. I was speaking to Kara's father. He like an older guy. He be moving slow. But fam be getting out here running like 2-3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Like he be putting on his little Brooks and going on and moving around. And I was like, damn, like that's how I want to be. Like I want to run more miles than he do at his age. But like he be out here and fans don't stop running. He's like, yeah, I get together with my friends and we're gonna run in. And I'm like, yes, that's exactly how I want to be.
You just get out here and do it. My dad just joined a bike club in Minneapolis, and I'm just like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, yes, do that. Fit like forever. Like, yes. So
you remember when we old as hell? You remember Courtney back in 2020? You used to run up and down in that wilderness.
Oh man, yeah. Like this is.
Better get your ass out the car now.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
Right.
When 7 on Sundays and Gumbo becomes a senior citizens run club.
Period.
I'm with it. I'm here for it. But I'm looking forward to this trip. I'm looking forward to this training. Gym memberships, all of that. Because it's just, I just want to, I'm done running Chicago.
Like never again?
Yeah, no, probably not. I'll probably just focus on keeping people energized to cheer and show out on the South Side and stuff like that. I think that'll be my focus for Chicago every year. I know Chicago doing a half now, which I'll probably run. But I'm turning my focus is on the rest of the world majors. I got enough Chicago marathon medals.
Yeah, I feel that. So what would be your ideal next? What would be next?
Either Berlin or New York.
Yeah, okay.
Because I'm too slow for Boston.
But yeah, not forever.
Nah, I think in like 2 years. I think if I worked hard for 2 years, I can get into Boston.
That's how I feel too.
No problem. No problem at all. And I think it only take 2 years because I got so much other shit going on.
Right.
I think so right now, the ones that I want to focus on is Berlin and New York. Get into them and then do Boston and then finish it out with Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
Is London one of them?
Yeah.
I'll be forgetting about London.
Yep.
Yeah. Some London, those London there somewhere. But I want to get them. And then the cool thing is like I don't know when they all scheduled, but I know like they not all the way it was last year during the pandemic where they all around the same time. So I could low-key pull out 2 in 1 year if it's really good, if it's really right.
Yeah, that's true.
I do know I need to run a marathon soon because not running a marathon last year has kind of thrown me off and made me feel a little weird.
Same. I mean, and that's what I was hoping my ultra would be for me this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think it's more just again like the training that I really wanted, and that's what I got.
Yeah, maybe you're right. And then Shamrock Shuffle, I gotta beat Aaron. I gotta beat him.
Aaron is pulling ahead. He be in the shadows, working on his fitness. His speed.
Yeah. You know, he got his little plan. Yeah, he doing.
He's focused.
But Shamrock Shuffle.
That's you.
It's the showdown. Showdown. This nigga think he faster than me. I gotta let him know he not. He just tall.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of racing this Shamrock Shuffle. A lot
Oh
of
yeah,
things to prove because everybody can get into it. So
yeah,
everybody's going to be there and everyone's going to be running as fast as possible.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
thanks for the memo.
yeah. It's going. Oh yeah, it's going down. It's going down. Don't show up and not be ready. Don't show up and not be ready. You bet. This is
You
like when
got
we used
like
to
three,
play.
4
We used to
months.
play it, and you'd be like, "I'm playing for fun." You better
No.
announce it when you show up.
Okay.
Your ass getting tagged.
Yeah. What do we? I mean, we don't. We gonna just keep on recording through the holiday.
I don't see why not.
Okay, so you guys are gonna hear from us in the coming future. We got a
Yeah,
couple of other podcasts. We had a really cool interview with Sid, and
yeah,
so by the time this one goes, they would have listened to the other one. That was good. I want to know
yeah.
what y'all
Yeah.
think. Your thoughts are on that one.
Shop
Yeah,
pioneers. When I tell you,
it's worth
you
it.
will not regret purchasing these items. It's real. It is real. I'm just waiting on these checks to clear, and I am definitely purchasing something because it's amazing. It's worth every single dollar. So get in while you can.
Yep, and they just dropped a new what is it, line or what is it?
Huh?
Collection.
Oh, they did?
So yeah, that's what he was saying. So
Oh
the
yeah,
new
yeah.
collection should be available. So if you haven't already, shop, y'all shop.
Shop. Get this.
Great gift for the
Buy
holidays.
black. Buy black.
Yeah.
Right now. You know, what? Last Lab got you. We got what you need. We got the Gore-Tex, we got the trail shoes if you want to experience some trail. But even just because what I like about the Pegasus trails is that it has a wider sole on it. So even though I'm mostly using it for the snowy, icy, slushy pavement running that I do during the winter, I just feel very, very, very confident with each step when I put on these Gore-Tex. It's just a wider base than a regular Pegasus and a Pegasus shield. So I enjoy them. My feet stay warm. They are currently available at Last Lap.
Well, I like so I currently for trail shoes have the Pegasus and the Kigers, and I started running. The Kigers are great, but to your point about the Pegasus trails, is that I think the Pegasus trails are really good starter shoes for trail. And I mean, like you can do either. The Kiger was built for a 50. That's what I learned recently. So yeah, I mean, I feel like you have the shoe that people need, and it's like yeah, because you don't want to be out there on in Alpha 5.
No,
You
no,
don't.
hell.
You don't want to be out there and none of that.
Gee, listen, because I'm taking 4 pairs of shoes to this trip, right?
Which ones? We need names.
We need names. All right, say less. So these are my running shoes. These are Vaporflies, right?
Yeah.
The red and white Vaporflies. These gonna be shoes I'm gonna be running in down in Austin, Texas, and stuff. Cause I gotta let these running stores know I ain't playing no games. I will die at this 5K before I be all the way in the back. So if I don't make it back, just know it's because I won.
Wow.
And then I got these other Vaporflies. These are my walking around the convention Vaporflies.
All white.
You know, all white, a little bit of black. But and then what's my other shoes? Oh, I got my ACG sandals and my own flight sandals. You feel me? And then I have
Wait, hold on. Not all white with the toes out.
you feel me? Yes.
Not with the toes out.
Mad comfortable, you know?
Wow.
Yeah. I'm wiggling them joints. You feel me? And then I got my Brooks Adrenaline in the bag because I got to meet with the VP. And I have no Nike apparel. I have nothing but Nike apparel. So there's going to be a swoosh on me when I go to this meeting. I was like, I could at least wear their shoes.
Right.
At minimum.
Right.
So yeah, I was gonna take my Sakai's, but they not comfortable. I can't walk around all day in my Sakai's.
Sakai's.
Yeah. I don't know.
Why am I blanking on them? Okay.
But I don't have them in front of me right now to show them to you. But
all you sneakerheads don't come for me because I don't know.
I can't walk the waffle with the waffle bottoms. I can't do it. I can't be on my feet for 18, 20 hours in them joints. And they're a little bit big. I should have went and exchanged them for a smaller size, but yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I mean, sounds about right. You got all you need.
all I need. But the Vaporfly is way more comfortable, so I be walking around in those. And then yeah. I don't know. I'm packed and ready. I'm gonna show out, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what to expect. I'm just gonna do things. I'm showing up to my VP meeting with my braids.
Yeah. Okay. So for those that aren't watching the video version of this, Ian has shaved his face. He now has kind of like a shadow going on. You know, it's growing back. You know, it's giving me, you know, I don't know, rustic.
Rustic.
It's giving like I know I look good. I don't need any facial hair. I look good. And then the braids, yes, it's the micros. It's micro.
These are not micros. I will choke you through this screen. I do not wear no fucking micros. Girl, you be putting that shit on me. Stop.
They gave the visual though, you know. Yeah, I mean, I'm digging the style. I think they're gonna appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm going down there. All energy. Black
all
on
energy.
You know? Black on business. What we do, baby. What we
Chicago all day.
You know, Southside. Hot. But I don't know. I feel really good about this episode. This was amazing. Feel really good to release. You know, there's been a lot of good things happening. We running, we training, we have we have new partnerships in our life that are going amazingly well and stuff like that. Been very fun, very eye-opening, been rediscovering things and passions. It's been awesome.
I agree. I think these are more than just podcast episodes. They're conversations, and it is a conversation of friends. And I'd be like, yeah, okay, yes, give me the rundown. I want to know. It's I think this is also, I feel like I've been feeling, I feel a little because we're not meeting. I feel disconnected from everybody because I'm not seeing your faces and I'm not running with you. So this is like a good way for me to stay tapped in.
But when you feel better, come out for a run, come out for a trail run, come out for a Sunday. You was asked about this week too.
And what was said?
Somebody was like, "Oh, I ain't seen Courtney in a while." Like, yeah,
I've been over here.
So, come out to a 7 on Sundays run. It's feeling good. People have been enjoying it, and yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps up another episode of the Runners Club podcast, you guys. Y'all. Yeah. I mean, see us next time. Keep on listening. We always appreciate a like, a comment, star rating. I don't know. Share us. Do what you need to do. We have an Instagram now. Ian, what's our Instagram?
The Runners Club podcast.
Is that? It's actually Runners Club podcast. No, the.
Oh, not the. My bad.
I was asking you while I looked it up because I kind of forgot. Yeah, and if you want to send us any questions, we have an email, an inbox. What's that one, Ian?
Oh, that one I'm looking at it actually right now. It's runnersclub773@gmail.com.
Yeah, so you can send us an email of your thoughts. You can send a question. Anything you want to share, just send it our way. And if you even a suggestion, like if you want to hear any like thing in particular, let us know.
Yeah. It's a question in here right now.
What is it? Okay.
Old question. But it's I don't even know why fan wrote this to us. I ain't gonna say your name, bro. But he asking how to deal with an injury because right now he got a hip injury. And he don't know how to treat it or handle it. He just keep running and ignoring it. Now, you know good and damn well if you've been listening to this podcast, you don't just be running on no injury and ignoring it, fam. Like, come on. First of all, that is not how you do it. I know, you know, positivity. We're not shaming our runners, but also, no. Okay, so I hope you're feeling better because this is a pretty old ass email. But
right, and I think our whole episode was like, I'm an example of that. It's like, yeah, I could technically run through the pain, but I could also hurt myself further and then stop running. Let me just leave it on this real quick. I went to see a physical therapist. Y'all, I'll say it again. Optimal Performance, amazing. Dr. Ryan, great. Adam does massages, and he does not just like muscle, but also fascia and all that stuff. Dr. Ryan was talking about how he's met so many athletes or people who get into running and they do really well up front. And so then they push and push and push, and then they hurt themselves to the point where they can't run anymore. Like he had this one patient who ran his first marathon and did like a 2:30.
Wow.
Yeah, and not even exaggerating. And he then was like, oh, I want to do this, because everybody around him was like, oh, if you did that for your first, then you could probably do this, and you could probably go faster, and maybe that, and all this stuff. So he kept doing it. And then after he ran like 2 more races, and then hasn't ran ever since because he can't. Like he ran his body into the ground. And so every now and then he might do like 3 miles, but he couldn't do like a marathon again.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. So like for me, I'm like, yeah, my knee hurts, my hip's tight, but okay, then I'm not running. I'm not going to get caught in the middle of a 50K with my knee blown out, you know, in the desert in fucking Arizona. I'm
gonna say this right here, and if I'm wrong for saying it, I'll apologize later. But I'd be afraid for Austin. I'd be afraid that's what's gonna be happening to Austin. I just feel like Austin just be doing a lot, man. And I know he'd be so happy, he'd be loving and enjoying it. But like, man, I pray to God every single day that the snow make his ass sit the fuck down. I'm like, please just make it to the snow. Make it to the snow. Don't hurt yourself. Make it to the snow, and then your ass can run for 3 months.
Well, and I think I think we all have those friends within running who are just like, they push and push because they find a lot of success with it. Yeah. So
I be praying for his little legs. I hope he listening too. Because I say this shit to his face. I be praying for his little legs.
Put him on blast, man.
You guys to chill, bro. Because it's real. Like you said, people do this often. They overdo it too much, and then look up and now they can never do it again.
Yeah. And so it's like, if you're a runner and you have goals and it's long term, stuff like, you know, the little things matter.
Yeah.
They really do.
Take care of yourself. Strength. You ain't gotta be like me and Courtney. You don't have to go to LA. You ain't gotta lift no weights. You ain't gotta do this. You can maintain. You can do maintenance workouts in your home, but incorporate building, rebuilding those muscles. Strengthen those muscles. You need to be strong to run healthy.
Yeah. Resistance bands. Love them.
All that. You can buy weights for your crib too.
Right. Yeah.
But all right, y'all. Enjoy your day. It's all love. This is Ian. It's Courtney. We signing out. We'll catch y'all on our next run.
Peace.